Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Formula for Speed. I'm your host, Chad.
Hello!
This is my lovely host. Hey, we already there. Babyface. I mean, you just let them know already. Tell them again. You might do it again. Do the intro, Babyface. Come on, one more time. How's it go? How does it go? I mean, everybody in the comments, you heard her. I mean, everybody watching, Babyface, say it again one more. How does your intro go?
My breath.
See, Mercedes won 7 championships, so she's just letting them. She's just happy. I'm not even mad at you. I mean, if it was McLaren happy, he's doing the same thing. There we have it. I mean,
hello everyone.
We're here.
We're here.
Formula for Speed, another segment of Let's Talk About It.
Let's talk about it.
On today's discussion topic list, Red Bull.
Gives you wings.
Guys, man, this is something that, Red Bull is an interesting team. Always has been. Because I've always looked at them as the most cutthroat team on the paddock. Even, look, and it's not a bad thing necessarily, but they are the team. If you have a bad 6 races in a row, I'm scared for your career. I'm serious, man. And I don't mean to be mean. I'm not, because I love Christian Horner. He's a great manager. I mean, I love him. I love what he brings to the team. I love his he's dynamic. He's a very good manager, team manager. But, not a but. What I'll say is, it's known at Red Bull, if you drive for them, you better. And that's with any team, but particularly them, man. They've cycled through some drivers, some talented drivers.
Mid-season, they're going to drop it.
Pierre Gasly was fortunate in 19 to be able to fall back on Toro Rosso, what we now know as AlphaTauri, right? Yeah. And I don't think he should ever left them because he was doing well with them, and when he went back,
he did very well.
He's now getting on podiums.
Yes.
With AlphaTauri. And that's another team that everybody needs to watch out for.
Yeah.
AlphaTauri because they got the good young Japanese kid from F2.
Yeah.
So Danny Kvyat's out, which I called that too. I wasn't surprised about that. He didn't really whatever. Not a bad driver. He was good. He did decent with Red Bull. He did, that was I think it was his 3rd stint back in F1. Yeah. 2nd or 3rd stint.
Yeah.
But Alex Albon, man, I was telling her last season, I was like, I'm worried about Alex. I'm worried about Alex.
We both started to get worried because he was driving very aggressively because I think he realized the conditions that obviously he knew why he was brought onto the team, so he didn't want to be delegated like the previous guy was.
Right. And
he was more aggressive. We saw that. Pierre Gasly was much more careful in his driving.
Yeah. Held back.
Albon did the exact opposite. He was very aggressive. He gave us some really close calls. He also gave us some racing incidents. At the end of the day, it just wasn't enough. And we've talked about this several times. Red Bull, Max Verstappen has been running up front, cutting in between the 2 Mercedes with 0 backup. The last time he had backup was when Danny Rick was on the team. So yes, Horner and the team, they're going to look for a race driver that can be at the same level with Max and even compete with Max.
Yeah.
And Albon, sadly, could not. He was just not the right match. And maybe he's not the right time, though he is a very good driver.
Man. Early on, he showed
promise.
Flashes of promise. Like, I really thought he was going to pan out better than what he did. And it's not that he did horrible. He just didn't do... So... Red Bull to me, guys, let me know if you feel differently in the comments. Red Bull to me, if you're going to race next to Max, you have to be up there with Max, right? So I believe that's why because Perez had a heck of a season.
Yes, he did.
The best one yet.
He did.
To me, in his career. And they went for him because if there's one driver that can drive with Max and has the same personality and won't give, it's him. I believe that's why they went with him over Hülkenberg.
And you're right, you called it. Though I will admit I was I was disappointed. I was holding out hope that Nico would be back.
Everybody wanted him to get another chance.
Of course, I wasn't loving the fact that Sergio was, he contracted COVID, so he was out. Thank goodness he recovered fine.
Yeah.
But I was loving seeing Nico back on the grid. And I was really holding out hope. Though it makes sense to me, I understand why they went with Perez. I was bummed at the same time. I really wanted to see Nico back.
Yeah. The good thing is, it's good to see Perez getting a shot in a top tier car.
Yeah.
Though I do believe Racing Point was onto something. They ruffled a lot of feathers last year with that car.
I think Vettel and Perez would have done just fantastically.
Yeah.
But we
don't. I already don't. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't do it. I know where you're going. Don't do it. I already know. Guys, for me, Albon is not out of Formula One. He's a reserve driver. He's the backup driver. So they didn't terminate him. But if Red Bull, which I don't think they're going to do this year, because now they're saying Ferrari looks very promising. Out of nowhere, guys. Now they got somebody on the board of the FIA, whatever. Out of nowhere, now they look like their car's going to be good. And last year they looked like total bums at the beginning of last year. Now they're looking like they're swinging for the fences again. I don't know how that happens. Who signed off on this new package? We're going to leave that alone. I'm not going. That's another video. But if they don't get a chip this year, does Max leave? What do you guys think?
That's a very good question.
Is Horner gone if they don't deliver this year?
I don't think Horner is gone.
Are you sure?
I don't think Horner is gone.
Where's Perez? What happens with Perez? And say if he ends up third or fourth in the runnings this year, in the standings, right?
Oh.
Does he get re-signed? Is it a championship year or bust for Red Bull? And that's what I'm wondering.
That's a good question.
Because I don't think it is. Because again, everybody knows Mercedes bringing the heat again. Lewis is going for 8. But I do think Red Bull at least wants to split the Mercedes, where if Lewis wins, Max and Perez beat Bottas. I think that's the goal this year. They probably won't say, they'll probably give you, we're going for the chip. Realistically, I think they're saying we need somebody to split those two. It can't be a 1-2 Mercedes finish this year. We can't do that this year. We got to split them. Got to split them. That's what they're going for. Got to split them. Because if they don't split them two, that's another Max third. Same thing. And if Perez will be fourth, or Perez might. Do you think Perez outperforms Max this year?
No.
You sure?
No, I don't think he outperforms him. I think it will be a Max Verstappen and Danny Rick back and forth. I think they should be very close. Remember when Danny Rick won Monaco?
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't remember if Max ended up on the podium. I don't think he did. But memory.
Max was doing bad at that time. He kept crashing.
Yeah, he was crashing.
He wasn't doing well at that time, but then he turned it around and he was fine.
But the fact that Max has grown into a more reliable driver now. He's safer now. He's not as reckless, but he's also matured. With Perez on board now, I think it should be a nice back and forth. And it'll be more down to strategy. That is what I'm hoping for.
Perez has never been a B driver.
That's a lie. He was in Racing Point.
He wasn't the B driver still.
That
even though he got outperformed, he was not the B driver.
No, I don't think. Wait, no, he didn't get outperformed. Perez was the better driver at Racing Point.
Esteban Ocon outperformed him that year.
I'm talking about Racing Point and Lance Stroll.
Oh, I was talking about Racing Point when Esteban was there when Esteban.
Oh no, I'm talking about
Lance Stroll, okay.
Lance Stroll. Sergio was the B driver because Lance Stroll is the owner's son. Though he outperformed him.
That was by default.
But my only point being, Sergio Perez he's used to performing, maybe not being the A driver, but still performing. And so
I'm more interested in that team and that dynamic than any other team right now.
Yes, but you know what? The fact that Perez only has a 1-year contract.
Yeah, that's true.
In my mind, I think he's going to do the same thing that he did at Racing Point. He's going to go in and go, okay, I'm here for 1 year. You might be the A driver, but I'm still going to do the best that I can. And if that ruffles your feather, I'm not particularly concerned about that.
I think they brought him in to support Max.
Yes,
at the front.
But if Max, for some reason, does not finish because his engine overheats, the tires blow, we had a couple of those instances.
Because Honda's leaving.
Then guess what? That's something.
Another let's talk about it video, yeah.
Sergio, can end up on the podium anyways.
True.
What's wrong with Max being first on the podium and Sergio being second or third? What is wrong with Sergio winning pole because Mercedes, the tires blew and Max is right next to him? I think the fact that there's potential in Max and Sergio being on the podium together, that all of a sudden has become a very real, tangible possibility is exciting.
Yep. And I think it, like you said, is going to compete with them. I'm biased. I think my McLaren boys are going to compete. I think McLaren's going to compete with Lando and Danny Rick. I think that's going to be exciting.
That is going to be the most fun team on that grid.
And yes, it is. And they fit my personality, so I'm good with that. I also think Vettel is I'm telling you guys, Vettel is going to have a strong season this year.
Yeah, we haven't seen the last of him.
We've not. And also I think he's going to have if they bring him a strong car, Alonso.
Yes.
I think he's a good. You might not like his personality. A lot of people may not. But he's a good driver. He's an excellent driver.
Yeah. I think overall he's, because of his experience, and I've told you this before, I think he's the most rounded driver because of everywhere he's dabbled.
Yeah, he's raced a lot but he's had time to do so.
Exactly.
And my thing is, with Red Bull, they also got to think about Ferrari as of late. The developments are staying, when I'm reading in the news and the articles, they're supposed to be coming on this year. They have 2 great drivers. They have Sainz and they have Leclerc, who's more than capable. Capable of winning.
Yeah.
So this is going to be exciting front grid. I think this is going to be one of the most exciting seasons we see.
Yeah.
And do I feel if Hamilton gets his 8th this year, I think he has one more, then he probably just may hang it up and say, you know what, I've done everything, I'm gone. But Red Bull with this 1-year contract, I'm thinking, unbeknownst to people, I'm thinking Red Bull has a lot more riding on this, right? I'm thinking.
Yeah, you might be onto something. I hadn't thought about that, but
I'm thinking Red Bull execs are probably like, listen, I don't know how much more longer we have with Max in this seat before he wants to go somewhere else.
Well, his contract's done after this year.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to look at a brand new lineup.
Let me explain something to you. Did Bottas sign long term?
I think he only has 1 or 2 years.
1 year?
I don't recall.
Because to the point now, Hamilton's doing 1-year contracts now. Hamilton signs always. Everybody makes a big deal about it. He does it every year. Him and Toto.
Bottas is on a 1-year extension.
1 year.
Mm-hmm. I think this is going to be very exciting, and with the next year being also very exciting because there's so many unknown factors. So much can change.
So much can change. I think, and this is why I stated this. That's why I asked you how long did Max have. I don't think Max is going to give Red Bull too much more time. He wants a chip.
Yeah. And frankly, he's ready for it. He's been gearing up for it. I think we should see Max versus Leclerc if Ferrari can get it together, which there's no doubt about that,
Yeah.
I'll leave my thoughts on that to myself.
But I don't know. I feel like Red Bull's they're in an interesting situation right now. Guys, Max has 1 more year. Perez, so essentially both their drivers can leave at the end of the year.
That's true.
Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about. Both of the Red Bull drivers can, not to say Max won't re-sign him, maybe they'll extend Perez. if they're competitive this year and say they split the Mercedes, I think everybody's good with that.
Yeah.
Because if Max comes in second to Hamilton and Bottas is like third or fourth, probably fourth, Red Bull, that's a win for them.
Yeah.
That is a win. Because that'll mean that Mercedes won't clear out and outwin the constructors again.
Right.
Say if Hamilton wins the championship, but Red Bull wins constructors,
Yeah.
to them they beat Mercedes.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they're going for. Let Hamilton get his eighth. So what? Just beat these guys in the constructors. And I think Max is okay with that because at that point, Max will say, this guy, the great one, only got 1 or 2 seasons left. Mm-hmm. He's not going to race forever.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think this is interesting. I don't know if people picked up on that. 1 year for Max, 1 year for Perez. We don't know how long Horner has left. I'm not sure, guys. Let me know in the comments how much longer. But, a lot of guys, I don't know. I'm not sure how long Vettel signed for either. And then I got to look back and see how long Alonso signed for.
True.
Because if guys are on 1 year contracts, that means now all the teams are like,
yeah.
Let's see who's. And I still think for Mercedes, Russell's waiting to get signed. Soon as Hamilton's gone, Russell's getting that seat, I think.
Yeah.
But who's he racing with? Not sure yet. That'd be interesting if Baby Schumi switched it up and went to Mercedes because his dad raced for Mercedes after he came out of retirement. Mm-hmm. You would love that. You know how upset Ferrari fans would be if that kid did not race for Ferrari. Do you have any idea?
Everybody knows he's going to Ferrari. I mean, that is a clear trajectory.
I'm going to tell you something. If his uncle's in his ear, I wonder where he goes. But it is the you could say the B team for Ferrari. So fair enough. Because Sainz is a good young driver, and so is Leclerc. So that's what I'm saying. I don't. There's a lot of 1 year stuff. I'm interested to see what Red Bull overall does with the 1 year and how all the other drivers play into their situation. Because those are 2 coveted seats, babyface. Let's not get it twisted. Those are 2 coveted seats. Those Red Bull seats are very coveted seats. Any driver would love to get those seats.
It's a good spot to get your toes wet.
And they're not. Going. And I don't think they bring back Albon or Pierre Gasly to those seats next year. They don't.
No, I don't think so either. I think Pierre is doing well where he is right now.
And I think because they're no longer they're the sister team. They're the brother team. They're not the B team anymore. So I don't think Pierre.
Yeah.
If I'm Pierre, I stay exactly where I'm at.
Yeah.
Good. Albon. I think he'll go to AlphaTauri after maybe 2 seasons if the young Japanese kid from F2 doesn't do well. But I will say this. I'm really interested to see what happens with Horner.
Yeah.
Because he's not had chips since Vettel. And I was hoping him and Vettel would kind of link back up. Because that's the last time Vettel and him were good.
I don't think Vettel at Red Bull was going to be a good idea. I think Vettel at Aston Martin is a better fit.
Yeah.
But I'm really hopeful for Perez and the Verstappen lineup.
I think that's a great lineup.
I'm very hopeful for it.
Do you think they split Mercedes? Guys, in the comments.
You know what?
Do they split Mercedes?
But I hope so.
I think they split Mercedes.
I hope so. Because there's something that I don't know if I'm a fan of the sport. And yes, am I a Mercedes fan and am I always going to love when Mercedes wins? Yes. But I want to see competition and I want to see... That's what makes the sport fun, when you see nail biting and the whole thing. And I may have not had that last season when Sir Lewis Hamilton was running out front, or when Bottas was running right behind him, so I started watching the mid-pack. But I'd love to see that. I would love to see Red Bull or McLaren or anybody really coming in and making it.
Bet you Ferrari out of nowhere is good again. I just have
Of course they are. Of course they are.
That speed from 18 is going to come back and it's going to be like...
Of course they are.
But I'm serious. I think Mercedes... I feel like Mercedes is split this year and they probably won't get the... I think Hamilton gets an 8th, but I'm not sure if they get the constructors.
Let's wait and see.
And I'm going to be honest with you, if they're split. Bottas is gone.
Yeah.
Bottas is out of here. Guarantee it. I think Lewis may give him one more year after that, but it'll kind of be, all right, I'm going to mentor Russell
Yeah.
or someone else, then I'm gone.
Yeah.
But I think if they split this year, Bottas is out of there.
Yeah, I concur with that.
Because he's on the one, yeah. Mercedes is thinking long term because both of them are, they're
Yeah, and Toto might not be around also for forever.
Toto has a large stake in Aston Martin.
Yeah, so I mean, there are a lot of things that can make this very exciting.
I think it's gonna be a good season.
But I am.
Poor Albon. Do you think he gets another shot at any team, anywhere?
I think someone is gonna pick him up.
Guys, let me know how long do you all feel Albon's gonna be a backup driver at Red Bull before going to another team, and what team do you think he goes to?
That's a good question.
Let us know in the comments. Let us know. Babyface, who do you think he goes to?
Alpine.
Alpine, huh?
Alpine when Ocon goes.
Where would Ocon go?
Well, Ocon could end up at Mercedes. He could.
Because he's a Toto's his manager.
Toto manages him.
Russell and Ocon would be a great lineup.
if because Toto has a huge stake in Aston Martin, he may end up at Aston Martin after Vettel is done.
After Vettel's done, yeah.
So perhaps Albon comes in and backfills that way. He might end up at help me. Once Kimi retires, because Kimi's got a couple, but
Kimi's about out of there. And Giovinazzi, I mean, I've never been a huge Giovinazzi fan, but I'm not sure. They kept they're one of the few teams besides Williams and Mercedes that kept their lineups the same.
I think Albon still has
a job, yeah.
a future in F1 somewhere. Yeah. Is it going to be at Red Bull? Is it going to be with other teams? That's up to be seen. But I think the kid has potential. I think he just needs to fine-tune his driving and find his groove. But I think he's gonna come back. And I'd be happy to see him back again.
This Red Bull lineup's gonna be crazy. When I saw that, I said, "Ooh, Max needs somebody to push him."
Yes.
And Perez is the guy that's gonna push him.
Yes. Well, hopefully so.
And they're gonna be. I think they're gonna Mercedes. And here's where I feel bad for Bottas because I think Hamilton, Verstappen, and Perez they're great drivers. And I think they split Hamilton and Bottas.
Yeah.
I think they split them. I could be wrong, but I feel like they're going to split them. So, guys, again, let us know what you think in the comments about this Red Bull lineup. Do you think Horner's there after this year? What do you think happens with those two after this year? Both essentially out of a contract at the end of this year. Let us know what do you think is going to happen with Red Bull. Your predictions where each driver may go. Will they stay, go? And if they go, where? Horner, does he stay, go? And if he doesn't, where does he go? How do you guys feel about Albon? What's his future like? Let us know in the comments. What do you think? Babyface, it's on you. All-star lineup.
Okay. I voucher the 2000 Ferrari.
Oh, that's a good car. That's a good car.
With Alonso and Prost.
Okay. Give me Niki Lauda and Mika Hakkinen. Versus Alonso and Prost. Guys, she picked a 2000 Ferrari. Babyface's squad that she's running with that you all need to pick to go against is Alonso and Prost. I picked Hakkinen and Niki Lauda.
There we have it.
Guys, let's know who do you want? Who is your team versus Babyface's All-Star team? I got the next car I'm gonna pick too. It's gonna be a good one.
Okay.
Give you a tip. It's old school though. It's going back.
Oh, is
It's
it?
going back. Yeah, it's going back a little
It's
bit.
gonna be one of your McLarens then.
Nah, not.
Is it Williams?
I'm not telling you.
Oh.
I'm not telling you. Surprise. It's coming back.
Sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm excited about it too.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
We'll sit on it then.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm keeping it up here, and I think I got my drivers I'm gonna pick too. So I'm excited.
Oh, fantastic.
But yeah, guys, let us know in the comments who do you have facing Babyface's All-Star team. And again, this is Formula for Speed. I'm Shad. This is Babyface. Please like, share, subscribe. And again, we appreciate you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.